Thank you for tuning in to Tanaka TV, the best and future biggest fight channel on YouTube. Don't forget to hit that like, that comment, that subscribe button. We're trying to get this channel to over 2K subs by the end of the year, and we cannot do that. This channel cannot do that without your support. So thank you for those who support this channel, and thank you for those who will support this channel in the future. I truly appreciate it. Now, let's talk about Jake Paul versus Mike Perry. Now, this fight is supposed to happen sometime in July, I believe late July, which is a quick turnaround for Jake Paul in finding a new opponent. I did not think that he was even going to really fight anybody before fighting Mike Tyson, but as news has come out, I don't think that they'll be fighting until around November or so. So there's quite a bit of time until we'll see that, and there's a lot of thoughts that I have behind that. But in regards to this fight, people, I don't know. I don't know. Like me personally, when I first saw this matchup, I liked Mike Perry in this matchup, but then I started to think about it, and this is another ex-MMA fighter. He's now a bare knuckle fighter, and he's been very successful at that. People, he's been very successful, and I'm talking about Mike Perry at bare knuckle fighting. I mean, he's fought Thiago Alves, he's fought Eddie Alvarez, he's fought Luke Rockhold, Michael Page, and Julian Lane, and he's beaten all of them. So he's been making noise in bare knuckle. Now, I'm sure all of you know kind of what's going on with Jake Paul as far as his record goes. You know, like I said, he was supposed to fight Mike Tyson. The last person he fought was Ryan Borland. He beat him. He beat Andre August. He fought Nate Diaz, beat Nate Diaz. The one L he has, and this is the Jake Paul. This is like his off button. I think a lot of his momentum was cut when he lost to Tommy Fury, because people were watching to see Jake Paul finally lose to somebody legit, because before that he did fight Anderson Silva, Tyron Woodley twice, Ben Askren, Nate Robinson. So he was fighting a lot of guys who weren't like boxing, weren't boxing centric fighters. Now he fought some strikers, but pure boxing is different. And so leading into this matchup with Mike Perry, he's been kind of in a boxing-centric-esque promotion and bare knuckle fighting championship. Now, I know that's not a true boxing setting. I get it. However, he has been working his hands a lot more, obviously, now that he's outside of the UFC. Now, when it comes to their weight and their height, I think Jake Paul walks around at about 10-15 pounds heavier than Mike Perry, and I think he's got maybe 3 inches on Mike Perry, so he's bigger than him. And a lot of the opponents that Jake Paul has been going up against have also been smaller than him. So older than him and smaller than him. And so it's a little bit different here because Mike Perry is not that old. How old is Mike? Not that I think that it's super relevant to this fight, but he is 32. So he's still in the prime of his fighting. And so how I see this playing out is I think Mike Perry, he's for sure, in my opinion, I don't think that he's going to get knocked out. I think Mike Perry is tough as nails. He's pretty much as tough as it gets when it comes to this combat thing. That is what makes Mike Perry so terrifying to fight or to go up against, is that you're probably not going to put him away, and he's probably going to continue forward. He has kind of like that he's got that dog in him. Okay, did you remember how Diego Sanchez was back in his prime, where he just kind of kept moving forward, and it seemed like even if you damage him, it seemed like it fired him up more? That's kind of what Mike Perry is like to me, where he's really, he just goes. No matter how hard you hit him, unless you completely shut his lights out, Mike Perry's there to fight you. I would like to say Mike Perry would win this, but I think Jake Paul is getting better. Now I don't think he's at an elite level yet, but he's getting better. I think he's understanding the fundamentals of boxing a little bit better. You could tell that he's been training. You could tell that he's been in the gym, and he's gone up against, even though they weren't boxers, they were good strikers. And so I will give Jake Paul some sort of credit, but is it enough to beat Mike Perry? I'm going to say I've got Jake Paul winning. Now, I don't think it's going to be a run through. I think that Mike Perry is going to bring the fight to him and is really going to test Jake Paul. But I think Jake Paul's boxing is a little bit cleaner. And I think he's going to be able to take and withstand Mike Perry's damage. But it's a very close matchup for me. It really, really is. I could easily see Mike Perry winning this as well. Yeah, I've got Jake Paul winning 6-4. Not by a huge margin. So comment down below, people, what you think. Who do you have winning this matchup? Do you think Mike Perry has a chance? Do you think this is a good move for Jake Paul? Should he be even considering this fight before fighting Mike Tyson? I don't know. I mean, November is 5 months out, so it's quite a bit of time. It's quite a bit of time. So we'll see how this plays out. Like I said, comment down below, people, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.